It is an honor to be here. I thank you for the invitation to share my testimony. My goal is to inspire action to safeguard the lives of migrant children, including the staggering 85,000 that are missing.
미국 정부는 음모론이라고 주장하지만 현재 미국과 미국 정부가 관련된 지역에서 아이들이 사라지고 있습니다. 지금 전쟁이 일어나고 있는 우크라이나의 어린이들도 계속 의문의 실종을 당하고 있습니다.
And that's why we have to understand that this war was conceived, launched, and is being conducted by a relatively small number of so-called globalist ruling elites. And they are inspired by Soros. They are inspired by Marx. You know, there's another point here that I think your viewers need to understand. The UN indicates that somewhere between 50 and 60,000 Ukrainian children have gone missing. Now, we know what that means. We know the sick disease that is widespread in the West and the United States. We have open borders, and 2.5 million people have invaded this country. We also know large numbers of women and children have disappeared in this process.
실종된 아이들과 여성들에겐 어떤 일이 벌어지고 있는 것일까요? 전직 CIA 요원이었던 로버트 스틸스의 증언을 들어보겠습니다.
Humanity is judged on how you treat the weakest member of the society. These children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world.
이런 이야기가 음모론이라고 생각하시는 시청자분들도 많겠지만 팀 발라드라는 CIA 요원은 인신매매된 아이들을 구출하기 위해 CIA를 그만두고 인신매매 조직을 소탕했습니다. 그의 이런 활약상은 영화로 만들어지기도 했습니다. 영화 제목은 Sound of Freedom입니다.
Wait, hold on. Wow. So if you were overseas and you did find, yes, this person is involved in sex trafficking, unless you could locate one American in that, you had to walk away from the situation. Am I understanding that correctly?
That's correct. This little boy, Gardy, was a U.S. citizen, is a U.S. citizen. Kidnapped in Haiti, living in Haiti with his family. He's of Haitian descent. And he was kidnapped from the church where his father was the pastor. And kidnapped and trafficked. Haiti's like, I think, number 3 per capita in the world for human trafficking. And I promised this father that we would never stop until we found his son. And I thought, because he's a U.S. citizen, I can make this work. But DOJ came clear to me and they said, no, this is a Haitian crime. There's nothing, you got to come back. But I'd already promised the father, right? So, and I did the same thing in Colombia. I went too far in a case where we were set up to do a big takedown, rescue over 100 kids. But again, I overcommitted and we didn't have the mandate to be there. And I went back to my wife and I said, what do we do? I can't work these cases anymore. She says, well, it's very simple. You have to quit your job and we'll just figure it out. And I had just been on the Glenn Beck show and I called Glenn and I said, I'm stuck. I need to tell you what I do for a living. And against all the advice of his attorneys, of his company, he said, I can't say no to this. And he raised the money for us to go back down and do those 2 hits.
Wow.
인신매매와 실종되는 아이들의 숫자가 급격하게 늘어나자 이를 막기 위해 인디애나 의회의 공화당 정치인 제키 월러스키는 인신매매 반대 법안 10가지를 발의했습니다.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Chairman, I rise today and speak on the importance of combating human trafficking, and I'm grateful that the House is bringing forth 5 anti-trafficking bills to the floor today. Human trafficking, which includes labor and sex trafficking, is the second largest and fastest growing criminal industry in the world. Trafficking may seem like an international problem, but there are 300,000 children at risk of sex trafficking here in the U.S. The state of Indiana has formed a cutting-edge anti-trafficking task force that involves both public and private groups. This task force, called IPATH, has investigated more than 200 cases in Indiana and continues to rescue children and adults from involuntary servitude and commercial sex trafficking. But anti-trafficking advocates agree that much more is needed. That's why I'm proud to co-sponsor the Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act and proud to support the bills being voted on today.
We begin tonight at 5 o'clock with breaking news.
In the last hour, we've learned a longtime Republican lawmaker from Indiana has died in a car crash.
Condolences from lawmakers are pouring in tonight for Representative Walorski. She died in the crash with two of her staff members.
미국에선 인신매매에 반대하는 이들은 이상한 상황에서 목숨을 잃게 됩니다. 헐리우드 배우들의 인신매매를 이야기하자면 이 남자 이야기를 해야 하는데 이 남자는 유튜브에서 이름도 언급하면 안 되기 때문에 다른 배우를 예로 들어보겠습니다. 인신매매 반대 운동으로 유명한 영화 배우 중 의문의 죽음을 당한 배우가 또 있습니다. 미드를 많이 보신 분들이라면 이 배우 이름은 몰라도 얼굴은 보신 적이 있을 것입니다. 이 배우의 이름은 앤 헤이시입니다. 앤은 양성 연애자였으며 앱스틴 사건과 관계가 있는 토크쇼 호스트 엘렌 드제네러스와 연인 관계에 있었습니다. 그래서일까요? 앤 헤이시는 과거 인신매매에 관련된 영화도 찍었고 실종된 아이들에 대한 다큐멘터리를 준비하고 있었다고 합니다.
By understanding how human trafficking really works, you can make a difference in the life of someone at risk.
앤 헤이시는 2022년 8월 의문의 교통사고를 당합니다. 뉴스에 따르면 그녀가 사고를 당하고 뇌사했다고 하는데 당시 뉴스 영상을 보면 납득하기 어려운 장면이 찍혀 있습니다. 구급대원들이 출동해서 그녀를 들것에 실어 나르고 있습니다. 구급대원들은 그녀가 죽었다고 판단했는지 그녀의 얼굴이 가려져 있습니다. 그런데 이게 어떻게 된 일일까요? 갑자기 그녀가 일어납니다. 줌에서 보겠습니다. 다른 각도에서 보아도 앤 헤이시가 일어나려고 시도하는 것이 보입니다. 그런데 구급대원들은 이를 무시하고 그녀를 데리고 갑니다. 후속 뉴스에 따르면 앤 헤이시는 병원에 실려갔고 뇌사로 판명당하여 장기를 기증했다고 합니다. 하지만 실려가다가 갑자기 일어나는 그녀의 모습을 보며 아무런 구조 조치도 안 하는 구급대원들을 보며 의구심을 가져봅니다. 이 영상들은 모두 뉴스 자료이며 원본 링크를 댓글에 남겨두겠습니다. 앤 헤이시는 과연 언론에서 말하는 것처럼 사고를 당해 죽은 것일까요? 여러분들의 의견이 궁금합니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.